Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, and thank you for joining us once again in the Monsters of Gaming. I'm Sad KaijuK, presenting a Sad KaijuK production. With me here is also Roadblock Bohn.
Yo.
Rebel Vanity.
Sup?
And Subliminal.
I'm always never somewhat here.
And in the background, the generator that's currently running my house. Now, Necronick isn't here because Necronick is actually helping out family in a distant land, if you will. The distant land, of course, is about 10 minutes down the road from, but still distant land nonetheless.
Why is he just don't want to be here?
No, he wants to be here. Why wouldn't he want to be here? Stop picking on the poor guy like this. The strange thing is, why isn't our stream up yet? I'm questioning this. Our stream should have already gone up, and yet it's not up. Oh, there we go.
Yep.
Yep. There's the stream! With the music playing in the background and everything.
Hey, listen. I forget.
Hey, listen. I forget. What are you
eating?
Nothing! Not eating anything!
It's not like I don't have a box of freaking cookies in front of me that he could just be snagging out of.
No, I'd rather go for the harder thing, the Hershey Kisses.
Yeah, you want them Hershey Kisses, don't you?
Oh yeah, I love the kisses.
Oh, and now we're offline again. Now we're online again. Oh, Jiminy Crickets. All right, we're going to see if this works, and if it does, hooray, and if it doesn't, I'm going to be Sad Kaiju, as everyone can see, and can probably hear. Now, currently my house has been hit by a bit of a bad weather. Our electricity outside has been shut down due to a damaged box, so for the moment, we're kind of running on generator power from our Jenny outside. So if this stream suddenly stops, kind of want to apologize ahead of time. We don't want it to stop naturally. It's just gonna happen. Now that I've had this sad picture up for roughly 2 minutes, let's switch over to the actual video itself.
You used paint, didn't you?
Shut up!
You used paint!
I'm not an artist, you bastard!
I hate paint! I
Yeah,
hope someone noticed that subliminal message in mine.
No one noticed you hating your frickin' anyway.
No one noticed me saying I hate paint.
Oh, you hate paint because you ate paint chips when you were a kid. Anyway! So as you can see,
chips were good.
As you can see by the title of our little episode, this is another randomly random randomness. This is volume 2, where we're just going to begin talking about random stuff. We're just going to shoot the breeze and have a good time, and hopefully I don't end up killing Sub by the end of the video. You're off by a little. Hang on, let me hold your fingers. I'm going to move my head. Move your fingers up a little, and
There you go.
there we go. Right, a little there. There. Aha! There we go. Okay, we're done with that one.
You trying to kill me now?
No, I was making it look like I was stabbing Kaiju, see?
Why are you stabbing me?
Don't worry, it's only a toothpick from this distance.
Yeah.
I just got asked an amazing question. I'm about to answer it real quick. Hang on a second. Everyone's just doing weird things in the background right now. We got someone playing with a sword. We got Sub who's having a little clap fest.
If you're mad and you know it, stomp your fists. If you're mad
okay,
and
jeez.
you know it, stomp your fist. My knee, my knee! If you're mad and you know it, and you surely want to show it, just break someone's kneecap off real quick.
Hey, Sub, quick question.
Who?
What'd you do with the money your dad gave you for singing lessons?
Ooh, he spent it elsewhere. So anyways, folks, this video is a partial apology video, too, for the lack of videos we've had up recently. Kind of been working with a lot of stress, a lot of restless nights, and, of course, not having any power. That'll really ruin you in the middle of winter up here in the mountains. Let me tell you, it's a bit chilly downstairs in the old living room, so everyone's kind of gathered up here in the recording room / basically everything at the moment. So I wanted to do this video to first of all apologize for the lack of video. The hiatus isn't a permanent hiatus. It's just until we get the power. Now, according to what we've got going, we might have the power up by tomorrow, which would be very nice. Can't guarantee it. because we've been trying for 6 months to get people out here to fix our stuff, and they just don't care. Not even the electric company. The electric company told me basically straight out that, hey, we don't care about you or anyone in your household until you get that box fixed. But have fun in that nor'easter that just hit you. Let me tell you, that was a very quiet night. You don't know, folks. You don't know how much you have or how much you've lost until you're
sitting in the abyss of it.
Yep.
I don't know if they heard me.
They probably didn't, but I'll explain. You don't know how it is until you're sitting in a room wrapped up under blankets with a small four-legged ankle biter curled up next to you in the dark, and you're just waiting for things to get better. So light up, and then the dog goes running down the hallway. So I mean, just remember, folks, life can always be worse.
Unicorn.
And somebody screamed unicorn behind me for no reason.
Emo unicorn.
So, to get all the sadness and sorrow out so I don't have a blubbering breakdown on camera again, let's move into the topic at hand.
Are you furious or something, or are you just sitting there?
Your hair looks like a reverse hat from one of those freaking Civil War uniforms.
No, he's an emo unicorn. Now he's just cousin it.
Like that Yankee Doodle hat.
Should we start talking about Turbo Pug back there?
Turbo Pug!
He's evil.
So anyways, to get on to the idea for the... We're going to start with a conversation like we did last time, and then we're just going to snowball the hell out of it like we always do.
That's always fun.
So, we're going to start this one off with a real simple one, and that is, what the heck is up, Mother Nature? Honestly, what is up? I've heard of having every season in a year, but we've had every season in a week.
Yeah.
We've had first winter, and what about second winter?
She's untied.
Perhaps we should have third winter.
Hey.
Don't wish that. That's nuclear winter, isn't
Listen,
it?
when I was on my way back home from work in the early 6 a.m. morning, and I saw it was raining and snowing, I'm looking around, and first thing that comes to mind, this shit ain't gonna stick. I wake up the next fucking day, everything's like fucking piled on inches, it's fucking crazy. Like, it's just like, and the best part is my car lacks a fan now.
Oh, jeez.
So the only part of my car that's getting heat is the engine. The cab ain't getting shit.
Oh.
My back windows are, by the grace of God, but apparently my front windows not so much. So I gotta go to fucking Walmart, get one of those little mini fans now, just to defrost the freaking window.
Oh, dang. That sucks.
Car troubles.
The guy told me flat out, in order to even fix it, just because they have to dig into the dashboard of my car, because of the model it is, that's $250 job right there. $250 job.
To fix a little fan. Isn't that great how much they can charge you for fixing something so simple?
So, believe me, I'm on the phone, my job, on that little machine that picks up, for all the absentee things. I'm like, I'm not coming in here. My windows will fog up before I even leave the driveway, and then I gotta get out every 5 seconds with my car. I gotta use the toothpaste trick, where I gotta go buy like Crest toothpaste with the towel, and I gotta like
wipe the whole thing down. Yeah,
it's not fogged. Like, my car does not have proper weatherproofing. It doesn't. It's like it has a... They figured out to make the blandest, most retarded looking car ever. First of all, it's the color tan. And then in the inside, it's tan. So you got tan on tan.
So it's bland on bland.
And then on top of that, it's just like, oh yeah, we're not going to weatherproof your car. Why? Oh, well, you have fans, so you can defog the windows. It's okay. But what about my side windows? I want my side windows. I want to be able to see out the right. Nope. Can't have that.
Why not?
But yeah, it's just... It's time to retire Gold Dust. It's time to retire. It's time to retire that car. And it's just... it's starting to get back
the weather's starting to get back to clearing up again.
Don't say that! Don't say that out loud!
Yeah.
Why would you curse us like this?
We're supposed to get another nor'easter.
Shut your mouth!
Yeah.
That's what they say.
And watch, on that one, I'm going to be like, oh, this ain't going to stick. And then it's just going to be like 6 inches again.
Well, the last time we got hit, it worked like this. I woke up at 10. I woke up at 4 in the morning. My boss had a message. Due to the state of the emergency, we will not hold it against you if you call in or out of work. So to me, that said, hey, I get a free day off. I called into work. I looked outside. I didn't see anything, but I thought to myself, the storm just hasn't hit yet. Went back to bed. Around 11 o'clock, my brother wants to go for a walk. We go outside. Snowflakes the size of fucking pennies and dimes are coming down. Sticking everything. Sticking to our faces, our clothes. We looked like we were being attacked by a blizzard spell from freaking World of Warcraft. Just everywhere on us. And, you know, we walked around. We hit a few places up. Got some new shirts, like my new Hershey Park shirt here. So she says, "Save the Earth. It's the only place that has chocolate." And while we're crashing, I mean, the whole time we were just coated. Got back home, went upstairs, got warmed up and everything like that. Still didn't have electricity at the time, so I piped on our little kerosene heater downstairs and went and curled upstairs. About 2 o'clock, I'm done my nap. I mean, there's not much to do when you don't have power. So, I go outside, you know, just go take a walk in the snow. I go outside. Streets are fucking clear. Cars are clean. It looked like it just rained. It was gone. I was in bed for 2 hours, and somehow it went from the apocalypse to good morning, everyone.
I hate waking up. All right.
Without Folgers in your cup.
Yeah, that, and you know, when you're sleeping during a storm, you always happen to wake up during the part where your body just wants to show you, see, it's clear outside. You can still go to work. Oh. It's just like, why can't I just sleep past this?
Can't we all just? Can't we just get rid of this part?
It's like next time I'm gonna take a Vicodin and just go to bed and just wake up just out of my fucking mind. And even if I do see it, it's just like I'm not gonna see the road. I'm just gonna be like, what's this white stuff on my window? Oh. And then it's just like bedtime.
Are you comfortable? Huh? You a little pain in the butt? You want to say hi to the people again? Here we go. Ready, and
boop. By the way, I used to back it.
He's looking at the cat. He's looking at the screen like, what the? I'm gonna go over here now. Yeah, you go over there. You go down.
By the way, a little story about King Kiro. Back in the day, we used to have this thing called my episodes that I would make up, and for King Kiro, I made his character have the power to, like, he's constantly high, 24/7 on Novocaine.
Oh God!
And he would roll around. Like, you know the Katamari ball? How, that would be Tokash. He would
King Kiro, the Katamari ball.
High off Novocaine, he would try to sing the Katamari song. And it just absorbs everybody, every building, all the people or whatever. And then he would stop. Uh-oh, guys, I'm losing my buzz. And then he would explode.
That's a really unusual power.
And then, like, you would have to keep him high, or else he would explode and take out an entire city block. And then he would reform himself with a new high.
Fucking Majin Buu much?
And that was King Kiro's character.
Oh, jeez. I think that's bad. Back when I was in high school, we were designing supervillains. Because we always thought that there needed to be more supervillains, like there wasn't enough of them. So I invented one named Mellow Yellow.
Good drink.
Yeah, he's a guy in a suit of armor colored like mellow yellow, and his special ability is he can produce any type of gas imaginable from his hands. And usually, it's in the form of TLC. So he has all these flying blimps. What he does, he goes to a city that hasn't partied in a long time, and he pumps the city full of TLC, or THC. and then he lands. He has all these little blimps come out with food and everything, and he has people spend all their money on the food and everything, and then he just flies away after they have a great time.
That's
Like,
actually a genius.
and they're like, well, why would he be a villain? That sounds like a hero. I go, but drugs are bad. He's like, oh my god, you were the most conflicting supervillain ever. As a cop, because my buddy's a cop, I would want to arrest you. But as a fellow stoner, I don't think I can bring myself to do it. He's like, well, who would your arch nemesis be? Obviously Wolverine. Why? His body just gets rid of the toxins before they can take effect. Poor guy can't have the munchies. Well, how would you fight him? I wouldn't. I'd just get in my blimp and fly away. That bastard can't fly.
Now I just have a funny picture of just Kaiju being in a blimp flying away.
And I had roller skates on the bottom of my feet. And I would come out to disco music, and they were going, they call him Mellow Yellow.
And just Wolverine just climbing up the side of a building. Fucking and then just Kaiju just far away going, can't get me up here, stubby.
Just start shooting bags of Doritos at him. Here, have a Snickers. You're not the same when you're hungry. Bumps. He like jumps at me as he's flying towards me with the claws. It suddenly hits him. He's too far away. I just watch him go. Like, oh, he might land on somebody.
You're just goading him, and your blimp's already over the water, and you're just like, come on, just. I mean,
you can do it.
The only sucky thing that'll happen is that if you get dunked in the, if you miss me, you get hit the water, and you can't swim.
Little more. My friend, like, and of course, Nick's brother Eric decided to one-up me, or at least he tried to. Everyone thought it was the dumbest idea. He calls himself Instant Orgy Man. And what he was he was blessed by the god Bacchus to have the ability to suddenly cause people to go into orgies. And then he could point at people and make them have bone-shattering orgasms, like just like knock them on the ground orgasms. I'm like, why would you do that? He goes, it'd be so awesome. You do realize there are like 50 freaking superheroes that would just kick your arse. Name one. Vision. Alright, name two.
Vision.
Vision's an android. You can't really do anything to him. He's basically what would happen if they made Superman and then combined him with a small tractor. That's all he is. He has all the powers of Superman.
So basically Steel.
No, because Steel was actually a cool character.
Oh.
I mean, okay, the movie sucked. I would redo the movie. The movie sucked. But Steel was a kryptonite hammer swinging guy who flew around in a special suit he built.
It's okay, Shaq. You'll always have Shaq Fu and Kazan.
Oh, please stop.
I like Kazam.
Oh, please stop.
The boombox.
Oh, the fact that he had to rap everything.
Yeah, that was funny.
Didn't he play as a genie in a movie or something?
That was
Yes.
Shazam!
Oh!
It was a horror movie because the acting there was so bad it was horrible.
I didn't realize that was Shazam. I
Kaiju's
kinda
favorite
started
part is when
halfway
the
in
kid
movie.
fell down the shaft with holding the boombox.
On his way down, I was screaming, "Shift!" Yeah, he's a bad motherfucker.
And then Kazan's holding the kid, and he's like, I wanna make a wish.
Sorry, but ever since I watched Aladdin's genie voiced by the late Robin Williams, no genie's ever been able to match it. No genie has
You're not
matched
supposed
it.
to be making a live action Aladdin now?
Yeah, and I already know it's going to flat. Because a lot of the people are saying the same thing. Well, if it isn't Robin Williams' voice,
Well,
it ain't the genie.
Nope.
yeah, like, I don't know. The guy who played the genie in Return of Jafar, I believe it's the same guy who played Homer Simpson.
I think so, yeah.
Because he also plays the genie in the Kingdom Hearts games, too. He does a good enough job. Like,
But
it's
still
not Rob.
the same.
Well, it's not Rob. It's never going to be Robin Williams,
No.
you know. But I think he does a decent enough job.
Yeah, but then the question is, do you have him play the role because he's getting pretty up there, or do you have somebody else do the role and he voices him?
I wouldn't
Probably
be mad
gonna
about
be a
that.
voiceover. That's
You
probably what's
think
gonna
That's
they
what
would-
they did with the guy with Darth Vader.
True.
Well, he's still playing Homer, right?
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, he's getting up there in the years. I mean, acting out in a full movie, that usually takes 6 to 8 months to film.
Are you talking about live action or another animated movie?
No, it's live action.
Oh, live action,
Yeah.
then, yeah, they're going to get a different guy.
Because Beauty and the Bestiality did so well. Oh, no, wait. It didn't. It bombed.
I liked it.
It bombed.
I don't care. I liked it.
You seem to like a lot of things people don't like.
But it had
You're a freaking hipster.
It had Emma Watson in it. How could it fail?
Okay, listen, that was the only thing that was good about it, and the fact that she didn't get into anything less than lacy garments pissed me off.
Okay.
I wanted to see a scene with her walking by in her bra and panties. I grew up watching her. I could at least get some eye candy, but no!
Kyle grew up.
She wasn't wearing a corset, if that makes you happy.
I love corsets!
Kyle grew up whacking it to Hermione.
Well,
Wasn't she horny in every interview that she was in?
No, she wasn't horny. She just had hard nipples. There's a difference.
She was horny in every fucking interview.
It was extremely cold.
she
was.
did admit that in the one, I can't remember, I believe it was the one of the late shows, they were like, so, you know, you and the rest of the guys and everything like that, you guys never had any magic lessons on set, did you? And she smiled at the camera, she goes, oh, I could weave you a tale, but that's for another story. And then she, like, winked at him, it's like, who? And she goes, oh, I'm not telling you. He goes, which one of the guys in the cast? And she smiled, she goes, who said it was a guy?
Nice.
Oh.
Let that one sink in, everybody. Let that one sink in.
It's always the hot ones.
There's nothing wrong with that. Vin Diesel's hot as hell, and I'd still bend over a table for him.
Oh, you're so cute.
He's my man crush. Oh, but jeez, he's a babe.
That
Voice, it's almost like the voice from Goliath. Sorry to interrupt you.
One of these days he's gonna fucking comment that he saw you. What you want me to bend you over the table?
Oh, I'd let him. I'd let him, and it would be videotaped.
Listen, it still makes me smile to this day that my dad had, like, he idolized Vin Diesel because he was a big fan of the Triple X movies and Fast and the Furious. My dad loved Vin Diesel until I told him about, like, how he was bisexual. And that's all my dad now can think of about him. And it's just like, my dad just goes, but I can't believe it. Vin Diesel's gay. That means he takes it in the butt.
Not necessarily, though.
He does.
I go, yeah, I guess that's what they do, Dad.
There isn't other things that are possibly capable of happening.
Right?
I still think Vin Diesel's a badass regardless.
Oh yeah, listen, your sexual doesn't mean you won't whoop my ass.
And I like the guy more hearing his nerd stories, like how he's like a huge D&D nerd and everything, and it's just like,
Oh yeah.
and he also, I believe he played a tabletop session with what's his Mark, the guy who made Open Legends with the other old guy.
Oh, yeah.
But he runs his own sessions.
Mhm.
Damn it.
Well, him and Dwayne Johnson, they play all the time.
Yeah.
In fact, they said that you'd be surprised how many higher up people are just geeks in disguise.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's the freaking truth. I'm an ex-infantry soldier. I can tell you that while I was on base, when we weren't training how to kill somebody, we were playing things like EverQuest. We were having Magic the Gathering tournaments. Guys who were going out to murder people, and we're screaming because somebody forgot to untap their mana. People who learned how to lob grenades with such accuracy they could bounce through 2 windows and hit somebody in the head. And I'm pissed off because I can't kill a pollywog in EverQuest.
The one girl from that 70s show, the one that ended up voicing.
Don't you judge me. Don't you judge me! I'm just kidding.
Who?
Redhead?
No, not the redhead.
Not the redhead.
The one that's married to Ashton
The
Kutcher.
black-haired
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a babe, too.
Oh
She
my
is.
god, yeah.
What's her name?
Mila Kunis.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, she was talking about the one time, like, she would constantly play World of Warcraft. Yeah, so I believe it, man.
Well, here's one for you. If you folks get a chance to go and watch, look up Harmon's Quest. It's a great series. They do a tabletop where they basically take the ideas from D&D and then just throw them around and have a bunch of guest stars come on and they animate it so people can see what it would look like animated. And it is the funniest stuff ever. Because as a D&D player, I can personally say that I find that how they do it is very appealing. but as just a brain-dead slob sometimes, I find it hilarious the jokes that are being thrown around. Like, a person throwing Alchemist Fire and rolling a 1, and it goes up, and then lands on top of his head Looney Tunes style and sets his head on fire. Then, after about 10 minutes of role-playing, somebody goes, do you ever remember to put your hair out? It's like, oh, I should, like, pat that off or something. It's still burning his scalp.
DM's just still secretly rolling fire damage.
1 fire damage, 2 fire damage, 3, you're dead. You've been dead for an hour, I just didn't want to tell you.
And it's just like a skull that's still on fire.
Face facts, in case you guys didn't realize it, the day of the jock is over.
Mm-hmm.
Jocks are gone. And you want to know who are the biggest geeks on the planet? I'll be honest with you. Biggest geeks on the planet? Sports enthusiasts.
Mm-hmm.
There is no bigger geek on the planet than a sports enthusiast. It doesn't matter if they're the player, the coach, or a guy who's watching his favorite team for fucking fantasy football. There is no bigger geek than them. They literally know the stats. I knew this one guy who could tell me the exact calorie intake this one guy was taking because he followed him on a blog. That is dedication! Now, I could tell you every D&D character I've ever played as, well, the ones I can remember at least, and how fun the games were. But there's no way I can remember every bit of their stats. This guy was just like calling shots off like this, and people are on their phones looking up going, he's right, he's right, he's right. Those are the biggest geeks. And they've been around for so long. But the day of the jock is over. Jocks don't exist anymore. They're dying out. Have you looked at movies recently? Very rarely are we seeing movies coming out with the big muscle bucks anymore. It's just regular Joes and geeks anymore. And that's because we've taken over. We've taken over. We geeks have finally done it. We've stomped them into the ground.
Let's face it, the jocks before were nerds too. They just didn't want to admit it.
They did not yet evolve to our standards.
I still don't know how to feel about the new Flash Thompson in
Let's not talk
Spider-Man.
about the new Flash Thompson.
I still don't know how to feel about him.
Then don't talk about it.
Listen, I do not feel that there should be a standalone Venom movie that has nothing to do
With Venom?
with the Spider-Man movie. Nothing!
I still don't know how
There's
to
not
feel
even
about the new Flash
appearance?
Thompson.
Like, there's not even an appearance?
No.
Like, sometimes, like, I understand that, like, they were trying something new with him, but I still kind of miss the old jock. Like, the blonde-haired, the big guy. Just shove Parker into a locker.
Yeah.
This guy, he doesn't look like, the only thing he's just like, well, he's a dick, and he's passive-aggressive and everything. I'm just like, yeah, but fucking, the old Flash Thompson was passive-aggressive too, but he also just had the muscle to, you know.
Yeah, he had the muscle that if he had to stop being passive-aggressive, he was going to hurt you.
Yeah. Plus, I hope they build up to Flash Thompson being Venom.
No,
or Agent Venom.
I was going to say, I want it to be Agent Venom. I don't want it to just be Venom. I want it to be Agent Venom.
Yeah, Agent Venom.
But he'll never be. And if they do that, woo-wee, do they have to explain how everything that happened in between came to be. Listen, Disney, I know you're happy with the fact that you just grabbed every superhero there is.
Except for DC.
No, they're trying to buy them out right now. Because they want to do the crossover. They want to finally do a movie series, DC versus Marvel. Yes, I just heard. Wait. It's as if 10,000, as if thousands and thousands of fanboys and fangirls collectively creamed themselves.
Yep.
And then there was silence. There was a great disturbance in the geek force. If that ever happened, you just realized you would never see the movie because it would be sold out constantly.
I'm just looking forward to seeing what they would do with, because I am curious about what if they are going to do Fantastic Four or not, because they did.
I hope not.
No. You see, in order for them to do that, we have to acknowledge the fact that somebody actually made a Fantastic Four movie.
Well,
And I refuse to acknowledge that.
The first one they made, I thought was pretty good. The second.
There's a second one?
There wasn't even a
No,
first one.
There's a second one?
No,
Wait.
there's not.
There wasn't even a first one.
When was there a first one?
Yeah.
I
We have a
thought that
hipster in the room. Don't forget, we got a hipster in the room.
I thought that was
The only
a
reason
spoof.
I'm wondering about
That's not a
that
spoof?
is because while me and my friend were watching Spider-Man Homecoming, like, he came to this realization, he's like, I know who bought out the Avengers Tower. I know who bought out the Avengers Tower. And I'm like, well, who is it? And it's just like, it's the Fantastic Four because they get the Avengers Tower, and that's where they build their headquarters. And I was just like, oh, well, I guess we'll probably see a Fantastic Four movie in the future. Who knows? I mean, but I know that, you know, Ant-Man's around the corner. I mean, that's after Infinity Wars, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's after Infinity Wars.
The one movie Disney's putting out that I'm mad about is the live-action Mulan, and they're not going to have any of the music in it.
They had barely any of the music of the live-action Beauty and the Beast, and you loved that.
It's different!
No, I mean, like, they're not going to have any music in it at all.
Well, yeah, because you got to kind of understand that all the music that was in Mulan, most of it wasn't actually sung. It was kind of like background enthusiasm and some guy screaming, "I'm going to make you into a man,"
That's my favorite.
to an
song.
obvious
Shut up.
woman. I mean, I don't know how long this guy has been sucking down testosterone straight through the fucking nostrils, but anyone in the camp could have seen that Mulan wasn't a man.
They all must have been sucking down that testosterone then.
Yeah, seriously. In fact, when she finally revealed that she was a woman, I was actually more terrified of the fact that she had a live fucking dragon on her. Screw the fact that she's a woman, there's a living, fire-breathing creature on her shoulder. That's mythical!
That sounds like Eddie Murphy, so it's double mystical.
It's a double mystical! What does it mean? It's so beautiful!
They're also supposed to be making a live-action Lion King. I don't know.
They're doing live actions of all the Disney movies.
Yeah.
Yay!
I can't wait till the Seven Dwarves to see how many people get pissed at that one.
So Sleepy's gonna be on drugs, right?
Well, think about it. How do you make the Seven Dwarves work?
You gotta get midgets.
And already I can hear the viewers screaming in the background.
Well, that's what they kind of did in Once Upon a Time.
Doesn't that mean they're
They
gonna
are
be?
actually all
I hope
shooting
they're not
everything.
angry and drunk like they were in The Wizard of Oz.
They weren't angry and drunk in the
Actually,
Oh,
yes,
they
they
were just
were.
drunk.
They were just drunk. They weren't
No,
angry.
they were actually really angry because they used to.
They weren't getting paid the same
They
amount.
weren't getting paid.
You
the
see,
same
this is
amount,
something that only a hipster would care about. Anyway.
And they used to. They were mean
Listen,
to Judy
the only
Garland.
part I care
They
about
were
The Wizard of
mean to
Oz
her.
is the part where there's a person hanging in a damn forest and nobody wants to acknowledge it.
Now, my favorite part of the movie is they're walking down a trail. They have no reason to be looking in this direction whatsoever, and there just happens to be a tin man in the distance who can't do anything but whisper quietly. And somehow
They hear her?
they hear him. Pitch is a world of wonder with wind blowing and animals that can sing, and they hear some guy whispering oil can in the background. Yeah, forget everything else. Explain that to me.
First off, why would you have an oil can with you?
He's
Tin
a Tin
Man.
Man.
Oh wait, he had his oil can. Never
Yeah.
mind. It's been a while.
Well, how about
since I
this?
watched it.
How would the Scarecrow care if he had a brain if he could do things that only creatures with brains are capable of? Like mobility, thought process, the ability to move your limbs?
Listen, he only had that portion of the brain.
That is the whole portion of the brain!
He wanted knowledge.
If I only had a brain.
Yes, a brain signifies
I wouldn't
knowledge.
be insane.
And the Tin Man only wanted a heart, even though he showed constantly that he had heart. Or the Lion who wanted bravery, even though the first fucking thing he did was roared, scared, and tried to mug people. It takes a bit of fucking balls to do that!
Yes, it does.
That's why I like Black Dynamite's version of The Wizard of Oz. Him and the Black Poodle.
Dynamite!
Roto-
Dynamite! Fucking great series. I can't believe they got rid of it. So watch it. The Man! That's the villain's name. That was almost as lame as freaking. It must be him from
Did
the
you ever
Powerpuff
see-
Girls.
Did you ever see the actual movie Black Dynamite?
No, I have not had this. No.
Dude, I've watched that movie and it is. Dude, you gotta watch it. Man. You gotta watch it.
There's no way to explain it. You just have to watch.
I don't wanna spoil anything. Just watch it. Find it and watch it. You will not regret it.
Speaking of movies you will regret watching, though.
The Onion movie.
Huh?
The Onion movie.
There's.
You've never heard of the Onion movie?
Oh, I've heard of it. There's just no reason to bring it up.
The Cock Punch.
Listen, it was bad enough in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back when they met Cock Knocker, okay?
My favorite part has to be where she's cooking the cat and explaining how to cook it properly.
Well, at least she knew!
Or how about the fucking the neck belt?
She's having way too much fun about this. How about we talk about Teeth? Who wants to talk about the movie Teeth?
Let's not talk about the movie Teeth. How about the movie Dr. Giggles?
Giggles that was a great movie. That
was
ancient.
Hey,
Let's talk about Teeth.
Wait, which one's the one with the cockroach? Not where the flying ones, and they're like trying to take over the world, basically. It's the same era as Dr. Giggles.
Oh, jeez, I'd have to look that one up.
The doctor ends up having to cut the kid's throat open, and one crawls out and everything. Oh, jeez, I just grossed myself out by seeing the queen crawl out of the dead body.
All I can think of is Joe's Apartment, and that wasn't a horror movie.
Hey, that was an actual pretty good movie.
Joe's Apartment was awesome. If you
My favorite
folks,
part has to be the part where they spell out something at the end. I forget what it was.
no, I love the part where they're trying to get the mood music going because he's trying to sleep with the one girl. And all the cockroaches are like singing and dancing in the jungle, and everyone here in the world's like, what's that? Goes the neighbors. They just have the music up really loud. That's all. She's like, but it's such a good song. And she's like on top of them, oh, we away, oh, we away. And the cockroaches are like, yeah, dog, watch that. It was a great movie. I would love to see them remake that movie.
What was the movie where it was the eggs were like nicotine, and it was like some idiot that was the main part of the movie, and like he got fired from a factory, and the egg had nicotine put into it.
Dude, I don't know what kind of movies you're watching, but you need to start sharing. These sound like some good damn movies, or you have the greatest imagination ever.
I know for a fact that its goldfish dies from eating a piece of the egg. It jumps out of the bowl and kills itself. It's messed up, but it's funny as hell. He wakes up in a fridge, too. It was great.
Are you sure this is
It's
a
an
movie
actual-
you
it's an actual
saw
movie, dude.
and
It's a
not
movie. It's
and
a
not
movie.
and not a psychedelic hallucination
No,
that you
it's a
want
movie,
to
No,
dude.
do?
I was gonna say, are you sure it's not a movie or not something that happened to you?
Oh, very funny. But the main premise is basically he remembers that he basically came from a family that lives in a junkyard, and the reason he's able to fix things so well is because he took things apart a lot in the junkyard, and then got kicked out because he found something he didn't want to take apart, which was a ballerina thing. Those
Music box?
Yes. Music box.
This is starting to sound more and more like a hallucination.
Yeah.
It's an actual movie, though.
I remember a movie where it had a guy that looked just like Sub, and he was standing at the end of a table, and there was a line of cocaine in the shape of the United States. And the character that looked like Sub was like, I'm gonna snort this whole thing.
Are you talking about Blow?
I don't know the name of the movie.
You're talking about Blow, dude. You're talking about Blow the movie.
Yeah. He goes,
because he starts out as a weed dealer and then he goes into cocaine.
He has this whole thing of cocaine covering up the table, and it's in the shape of the United States of America. And he goes, I'm gonna snort this whole entire thing. And then the guy's like, dude, no, you gotta put that away. My parents are coming over. And he's like, dude, I'm gonna snort this whole thing. And he's like, no, you're not. You're gonna die before you snort the whole thing. So, and then like his parents knock on the door or whatever. So he like takes the tablecloth and he throws it right over the coke, and the cocaine goes, and then the guy's just like, and so like while his parents are over, he's down on the tablecloth trying to lick it. And then at the end of the movie,
No, it's not.
Oh no, it's not Blow, but it sounds great.
At the end of the movie, the guy is standing at the end of the table, and he has cocaine in the shape of Canada. And then he's about to go snort it. All of a sudden you hear, "This is the police! Open up the door!" And then the guy's just like, "Fuck it." So he starts snorting, and then you just hear them close up to the door, just like, and then they finally like break down the door. The guy finally gets to the end. He's like,
Oh, Canada! Well, since we're talking about movies that we remember, this was a long, long time ago. It must have been early 90s. I remember watching this movie. Now, a lot of my friends told me I made this up, but I swear to you, it was a movie about this group of people who got stranded in Africa. It was a comedy. And at one point, the only part of the movie I can remember is two parts. One part where they're explaining that the honey badger is such a mean creature that once it bites onto somebody, it'll never let go. And then one husband bites this guy in the leg, and he starts running with it attached to his leg. And then the next thing I remember is just maybe 20 minutes into the movie, he's walking through a desert, and he's just sweating. He turns around, and there's this honey badger following him, and it's panting. And he stops, and he waits for it to bite onto his leg. And he goes, "There you go, buddy." And he starts dragging him through the rest of the desert. And at the end of the movie, he gets home and finds out his wife was cheating on him the whole time because he thought she was. And she's like, "Honey, what are you doing home?" He goes, "I just wanted to introduce you to Flower." And she goes, "Who's Flower?" And then there's a suitcase on the bed next to her, and this head bursts out. It just jumps at her and the movie ends.
Lucky number 11. You don't know what I'm talking about, do you?
No, I'm trying to figure out what a Slevin is.
It's called. It's number. It's a movie based off horse racing and everything, and gambling and the mafia and everything. And I think it's Bruce Willis that plays in it as well. Bruce Willis is the guy that plays Die Hard, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then yes.
No, he doesn't play Die Hard. He plays the cop from Die Hard.
Whatever.
Die Hard is a movie. Could you imagine Bruce Willis in every role?
I could actually.
You think you're some kind of cowboy?
They made a joke about that on. I think it was.
Reboot
Robot Chicken. They made a joke about that on Robot Chicken, where he played every fucking part of the movie.
You think you're some kind of hero, cowboy?
Yippee-yay, motherfucker. And then there's just a guy coming up the stairs. Hans! Where are you, Hans? And he'd even be the woman with a really bad wig on. Like, "No, don't do it! It's a trap! Don't drop the gun! I got this, baby, don't worry." And have him try to get this sweet look on his face, which we all know he can't pull off. Oh, we're writing a movie right here, folks. It's terrifying. I actually had the idea of making a... Get this, okay, this is going to be terrifying to everybody. I want to make a musical, a high school musical / town musical, where every member of the staff is or was at one time a member of the pro wrestling rings.
Interesting.
So I have
That would be hilarious.
I know. Could you imagine?
Brings in more ratings than the actual show that they worked on.
Could you imagine, it's all about Goldust, who's always picked on because of his appearance, and he just breaks out in a song, and maybe the Undertaker's a gardener nearby, and he jumps in and starts singing with him too.
You can actually see that.
And they go to their first class, and it's just like Hulk Hogan, "Get ready for History 101, brother!" And just have some of the Divas, "Excuse me, I'm not a boy." "Shut up!" And then she just runs over and does some kind of RKO move on him and drops him. And he's like, all right, I was wrong. That was wrong of me. You just have a bunch of wrestlers pretending to be teenagers who are having problems in high school. And at the end of the movie, just have all the wrestlers outside singing and dancing in the street.
All of a sudden, it's been copyrighted all of a sudden, your idea. And it's been stolen as well.
Hey, we have the evidence right here of the time and the date this was put down, alright?
They'll just say they did it beforehand.
I'm sure they will. Anyway.
One of the best movies or cartoons that I've actually seen.
Oh, we're talking about cartoons now.
Hey, we're moving around. We're allowed to.
Alright, Hong Kong Phooey.
Hey.
Number one.
The Jetsons meet the WWE wrestlers. The greatest plot ever, okay? On his way to his title match, the Big Show... they tell the Big Show, they're going to cancel the title match because there's a snowstorm. And he's like, no snowstorm's going to stop the Big Show. So he gets in this plane that can barely contain him. And he's hunched over and he's flying through the snowstorm. And he's just he's like, screw you, Mother Nature. You're not better than me. And he, gets on top of the plane, he just ah! And then he freezes over, and it fast forwards to the Jetsons, and then it's just they find him, defrost him or whatever, and it they're trying to get him, like, you know, acquainted to the future or whatever, and he's just like, and he finds out that wrestling now is all done with robots, and he's just like, that's not real wrestling, that's not even a real wrestler, and they're all just like big barrel robot crude versions of like the WWE wrestlers. And so Big Show starts beating them all up, and he's just like, I've become the top, like, and so he starts beating up all the robots and shit like that, and then like the policemen come and they try and stop him, but they can't because since they rely on robots, they're all weak. And Big Show takes over the future because he's literally the strongest guy there.
That sounds like a great premises. I thought of another one. I think we should do another season of What's New Scooby-Doo, but have the special guest stars be professional wrestlers who literally just go to town on the bad guys, who are usually just old schmucks in costumes. Can you imagine? It's the Creeper! And Spot starts charging at him, and then the lights flicker, and the Undertaker just grabs Old Man Jensen and just chokeslams him through a table.
I didn't know this, but apparently they did more crossovers with Scooby-Doo. They did Scooby-Doo, Batman, Brave and the Bold.
Yes.
And now there's going to be a Scooby-Doo plus Supernatural.
Sub is leaving.
Yep, Sub's gone. It was nice knowing you, Sub. I'm sorry.
Nah, that's okay. I blame him for bringing up the fact that they would mix those two together.
Hey. There's a reason for that. There's a real reason for it. There's actually a picture.
Scooby-Doo is a demon!
No. There's a picture of it at a convention. Somebody parked a vehicle, the same vehicle the guys from Supernatural drive, behind somebody who drove in a vehicle that looked like the Scooby-Mobile. The caption goes, shit just got real.
Did you ever see the one where it's the Scooby-Doo van next to the Ghostbusters car?
Bustin' makes me feel good!
And the caption on that one was, holy shit, I don't want to go there.
This is the place we avoid. I also like the idea of the show True Blood, because they were talking to the two actors that played in Supernatural, the brothers, and they were talking about, you know, if they ever want to end True Blood off in a positive light, all they could do is like have the episode end, and as it ends, have our car pull up outside of it and us step out, and that could just be the end of the entire series right there. And I'm like, yes. Or have Blade drive into town. Just have Blade pull up and be like, oh, it's going to be a busy day. Let's do this!
Wesley Snipes.
Oh, I miss him. I know a lot of people didn't like him as an actor, but gosh darn it, did I like Wesley Snipes as an actor.
He was pretty good as an actor.
No, that's one thing that took me off lately, you know, with the new Panthers, the Black Panther movie. People were saying that he was the first black superhero movie.
He's not.
He's not.
There's been a couple dozen black superhero movies before that.
Blade, and before that it was...
What about Steel?
Sorry, I'm not that up on...
And of course you can't forget Black Vulcan.
No.
Black Vulcan.
Let's go back to...
Oh, sorry, he's not allowed to be called Black Vulcan anymore. Now he's Super Vulcan.
What is the actual first black main superhero movie?
If you want to get technical, and you don't count blaxploitation films...
We're not counting them.
It would be Black Vulcan.
Okay.
Because he was the first.
I mean...
And
would we have to count the blaxploitation movies?
Well, because
they did happen and they are part of history.
Right. Well, before Black Vulcan came out, there was Superman, and then there was the blaxploitation film Super Black Man, which was basically Superman done with an entire cast of black people.
Okay.
Which is blaxploitation, which is a lot of people get upset with that. Like the most recent Annie, why it sucked so badly because it was blaxploitation. And it's true.
It's true. They changed the storyline completely.
Well, yeah, but that's what they do in those movies.
The first black superhero was Black Dynamite.
The first true one.
The first true black superhero was Chuck Norris. And if you don't believe me, you can go ask him. He was every superhero.
And besides, if that's not good enough, and if you want to look for more, I mean, you can always look no further than the African bootleg of superhero movies, because African Batman is more badass than our Batman. He goes around in light blue shorts that bandana, like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle bandana mask, and he has like a T-shirt that has the bat symbol on it, and with the cape, and he goes around and he touches people and they explode.
That's badass.
In like blue flame, and then he picks up the briefcase and he like, there's no gadgets, there's no nothing. He just gets his power from like a mythical animal, and he goes around just touching people and exploding them.
Sounds like Instant Orgy Man. Anyway! I mean, yeah, I mean, now don't get me wrong, if you want to go as far as the first good superhero movie to involve a black actor, then yes, it did reign really well in reviews, and it was a great movie. But, I'm sorry, I watched Steel, and I watched Black Vulcan, and I haven't watched the movie Black Dynamite, but I am aware of it. And those all happened way before, and trust me, folks, they are just as good.
If not better
Okay,
sometimes.
now don't get me wrong, the special effects in Black Vulcan are really bad.
But it was good for its time.
Oh yeah, because it was made around the same time as Superman, the original. It's like, the lightning was obviously, like, animated in, you know, he would shoot lightning from his hand like this, and it would come out like that classic shaka-boom lightning, like a zigzag lightning bolt. And, like, when he would teleport, he would just, like, zap, and there would just be a picture of the word zap with a puff of cloud, and then it'd be, like, the camera moving really fast down the hallway,
Bam,
and then
pow.
he was there. It's like, he wasn't there, and then suddenly, like the camera blinked, and he was there. It's like, I have you now!
Yeah, and I mean, if we could be allowed to like dip back into like cartoons, like I think they made a few movies. I'm not sure, but I mean, like, cause I was hearing the same shit that she was hearing, and I was like, what happened to Static Shock?
Oh, hell yeah! Now there's a live-action movie we need.
Yes.
Static Shock was awesome.
And I find it funny that who was it? No, all right, no, I'm sorry, I was thinking about a different actor, because it was Little Bow Wow that was in the cartoon that played Static Shock in the movie, but now in the live action they want Jaden Smith, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want Jaden Smith to be.
Well, the thing about Static Shock was that what I liked about him the most was that for Static, it wasn't about color, it wasn't about heritage, it wasn't about any of those things that a lot of superheroes have. I mean,
Right.
Thor's proud of his background and Batman's proud of his. But for Static, it was a kid. He was, I guess, a preteen or a teenager. I can't remember the exact age group he was in originally.
He was a teenager.
Well, I mean, it spans over 4 years.
Yeah, but he started out when he first got his powers. He was a teenager.
Okay, well, anyways.
I
And
still remember that
he
episode.
lives real problems. Gangs, drugs,
Yeah.
homework. I mean, you know, that's what I loved about Static Shock. It didn't matter that he came from this culture. The fact is, he was just like everybody else. Except he had a superpower. Which he didn't even try to hide like Peter Parker did. He used that shit.
Static Shock had the best dad ever in the DC universe.
Yeah.
The best dad.
Because he was a caring, compassionate individual who cared about his neighborhood, and it wasn't like, oh, don't talk to me about your mother. He's like, you want to talk about your mother? She was a wonderful woman, and I miss her. That was him. His entire family was this loving, embracing family.
Yeah, that's Static Shock. Like, to me, was at least like DC's version of like Spider-Man, you know. And I do like most of the direction that the cartoon did with him. But that was back when what's his face? I always keep forgetting names. But he also created Ben 10 too.
Ah.
Same guy. And that's why old Ben 10 was better than season 2.
Right.
Of course.
Guy died way before his prime.
Well, that's what happens. You know, the good die young, apparently. That's why I'm still alive, because apparently I'm not good. But anyways,
That's what I keep telling myself.
you want to talk about the first true superhero that was black? Come on, people. Don't talk that way. He may have had he might have been the first successful movie, but trust me, there's been plenty. There have been plenty.
The Blade series was, in my opinion, successful.
It was, and it was a great series, but people are like, but he wasn't really a superhero, he was a slayer.
Well, in my opinion, he was more of an anti-hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't save people, he just hunted vampires.
That's saving people.
Well, that's the same thing people say about Punisher all the time.
He was based out. That's pretty much what he was. He was the Punisher for vampires.
Yeah, the Punisher. Well, what does the Punisher do? Well, he punishes people by killing them. Sounds like a superhero to me. No, not really. No, but you know what? Deadpool has superpowers. The Punisher didn't.
We're talking about people
technically, Blade did as well.
No, actually, if you want to be technical, Blade had no superpowers. Blade wasn't human. It'd be like saying Superman has superpowers. The problem is he doesn't. Every Kryptonian has those powers. Everyone!
It's even proved when he faces off against Zod.
Not to mention his cousin, his clone, aka Superboy.
His dog.
His freaking dog!
Let's not get started
The
on the
freaking dog has the same superpowers!
Let's not get started on the dog.
Crypto the super dog!
That dog gets horny, the world's fucked.
Scratchy the super cat! What was his name? Ace the Bat Hound!
Yeah.
Who then, after that series existed, appeared in... No, sorry. And only appeared in that series because there was a dog named Ace in Batman Beyond. Think about how terrifying that is. The implication that even a dog has the same powers as Superman.
I like the Japanese anime
He sniffs
style
your crotch,
Batman.
you come out your
The
asshole.
Demon Batman. You
Yeah.
ever see that one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking
Also, a bit of a random thing since Batman was brought up, and I was reminded of this.
No!
Okay, listen.
What about the episode where he actually uses guns?
Injustice 2, the new edition, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Together?
Yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are in Injustice 2.
Oh, right.
Why do they wear masks?
Nobody's gonna...
So you
But
can't
that is-
tell who they are?
but-
They're
No, so
fucking
you-
turtles!
So you can tell them apart.
Yeah, so you can tell them apart.
No, but I mean, like, think about it.
I
They
don't
could have
want
just worn the
Donatello.
belts. They could have just worn the
I
belts.
found it funny that it took NetherRealm Studios, the company that has nothing to do with the Turtles, to be the only company to make to bring the Turtles into the current century and make it right.
That's the funny part.
Michael Bay ruined them.
Michael Bay ruins everything.
Anything Michael Bay touches, he ruins, alright?
The only thing he's good for is...
Movies, videos, his marriages, everything he touches falls apart and explodes.
Quite why? How? Obviously he loves explosions. So,
Did you
why
see
not have
the-
anything else
Did you see the
explode?
new Turtles that are coming out?
No, I ignore the fact that they're no longer mutants.
They're all like different variations of turtle now.
Yes, from different parts of the world.
No.
Yes, and guess what? They weren't mutated with mutagen.
And supposedly Leonardo is not the leader anymore. It's Raph now.
Yep. Well, originally...
That would be having, like, him as the leader.
Alright guys, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go smash them enemies.
That sounds like fun. No, in this one, what it is aliens have come down and they have scanned these specific turtles to try and blend in with their natural surroundings. And then they're all somehow get together and they're trained by a ninja master, who is not a rat anymore, by the way.
Fuck you. It's always gonna be Master Splinter to me.
Yeah.
So they're no longer teenage, they're no longer mutants.
Then what are they?
Aliens from another planet that are here to stop another alien race who apparently have metal armor and spikes.
So basically, not Splinter, but Shredder.
Yeah, he's an alien now.
He's always, well, in the new version, he's
No, he
been
wasn't.
an alien. The newer version, he's been an alien. I do have somewhat been kept up with it because of my niece and nephew.
Yeah, but now they're changing it all over again now.
Really?
So now
Let me guess, they're not those little blob
no,
anymore, or
no.
what?
Actually, they're kind of like the T-2000, where they're like a puddle of ooze and they shape themselves into whatever form they need, which just happens to be people with spikes coming out of them.
Because that's what they need.
I mean, hey, if they're gonna screw up things, might as well keep screwing it up. You know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and they're just gonna have to scratch out the word teenage and mutant, and probably ninja, because coming down and learning karate does not make you a ninja.
No.
And apparently
So
they
now
want
it's just turtles.
apparently they want Splinter to be some guy that lives in a back alley.
That would be more for what's the dude that with the
Casey
mask?
Jones.
Yeah, that dude.
Yeah, no, he's a washed up instructor. Yeah, let that one sit in your head for a little while.
I hate Hollywood. I hate Hollywood. I hate Hollywood.
Don't hate yourself.
So, anyone up for making a time machine to go back?
To the 90s?
No, I don't want to go back to the 90s.
Not the 90s.
Why not?
Just far enough to where, you know, everything was good.
The 90s.
So what? Like the year 00? We don't have to deal with any of this BS. We could be the first YouTubers. Think about it. They'll find our skeletons with computers that we had to hook up with like a running hamster wheel.
Yeah, Alex can be the hamster.
Fuck you.
Children, please, whatever you guys do in the bedroom is between you two. Sub-Vanity? Yeah, that's the power couple's name. They're Sub-Vanity now. And while we're speaking of things that are subness in lakes,
Subscribe.
that game right back there.
This one?
Yeah. What a piece of shite.
Yep, I'll agree.
What a... I am so disappointed.
I want my money back.
Did you get it off of Steam?
Yeah.
You can get your money back. So disappointed. Waited over a year for that crap.
And got banned off the site.
Oh, and got banned off their Facebook page for that crap. I'm going back to the Stick of Truth. I'm doing another Let's Play of that. It's well more worth it.
I didn't even finish this. I got halfway through when I stopped.
Listen, you're not missing much. The story's stupid as hell. They had such a stupid, weak storyline throughout the entire thing. The DLCs have sucked completely. It was just a money-making venture. Please stop making bad games. I'm hoping so much that Dad of War turns out to be a great game. It may not be, but I'm hoping so much. Because recently, other than Slay the Spire, I haven't found a good game. It's been a long time, folks. I'm starting to get crotchety and old, and I need to find myself some good games to keep myself intact, and it's just not working.
They need to make a new Spyro game.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
If they make another one, it'll be more overdone than it is already.
Yeah.
KaijuK's experiencing a shift in mood as his old age comes upon him.
I'm getting old. Back in my day, we didn't need these 3D functions.
There are certain nights where Kaiju just looks up at the ceiling and he just admires his ceiling fan. He admires it because he knows for one day the people are going to come and take it. They're going to come for Kaiju's ceiling fan. And he's just going to have to part with it.
They can have it. It hasn't had power in it in 6 months. They can take it right now.
It's a nice ceiling fan, Kyle. I might take it.
I know, it's great. I had it up for 3 months before the power went down.
Damn.
It's a great ceiling fan.
Too bad.
I have the box in the attic if you need it.
Just put it up. Why do you have a ceiling fan that doesn't work on top of your room? Oh, fucking no, I just want a ceiling fan.
Yeah, I wanted a ceiling fan, damn it. You got a problem with that? Come over here and say it to my face. I'll kick your ass for it.
And that's something I picked up from my one friend back in the day. The one that was lactose intolerant but still decided to eat like a fruit bowl filled with Honey Nut Cheerios with milk. And he just ate the whole thing, and then I just see him like laying there on the kitchen floor. Oh, my stomach. Oh, like, why did you eat a whole fucking fruit bowl? And it's just like, well, why wouldn't I?
Oh, I'm guilty of that.
Me too.
Oh.
That should be a punishment for something. Give him a lot of cheese.
Why,
And
Will?
milk.
I don't want to punish you.
No, and lock him in the room with somebody.
I'm not that bad.
Oh, Sub, you are right. You are rancid, dude. Your gas is destructive. You have the second worst gas of any member of the Modernsters.
What are you talking about?
The only one that beats you out is Reaper. And it's because hers is considered a biological warhead.
The fuck's not that bad?
Yes, they are.
You see in movies where kaijus are attracted to radiation, and the larger the quantity, the more attracted they are? This is why we live up in the mountains, because when Reaper farts, they start to struggle. If she lived on the coast, she'd be getting attacked constantly. Pacific Rim ain't got on Reaper Rim. She is planning with my sword. And who the hell is that new guy? He looks like someone that used to come over.
Must be talking about you, not me.
No.
That's Necro Nick. Hello, Necro. How are you doing, buddy?
And it's my sword. Get home.
She has claimed your sword, my friend. I'm sorry.
If you're gonna claim any sword, you better claim the fucking ninja swords he has.
No, I want this one because I can legally beat you with this one.
Fucking katanas! Do not call them ninja swords, you bastard!
I call them ninja swords because it pisses you off.
I know you do.
And don't do what the pretentious weebs do and call them katana. Katana.
I know my favorite one is where people go, I got my katana sword. You idiots realize that katana is Japanese for sword. It's not a sword. It is not.
I got my katana sword.
My katana sword. No, you don't have a sword, you moron.
Hey Kaiju, I got my Nodachi.
No, you do not.
Nodachi.
Stop destroying the language. I have to deal with weeaboos destroying the language constantly. It's almost as bad as getting into an argument with a freaking My Little Pony enthusiast.
Hey Kyle, I got my scimitar.
Oh, fuck you.
I think I'm gonna go, after this, I think I'm gonna go home and play my little pony game.
You can go play your My Little Pukey game all you want.
I'm just gonna sit there and ignore her.
Maybe she thinks you're the My Little Pony game.
That's okay.
She wants to play with your joystick.
If she annoys me with the fucking game again, I'm gonna fucking say, never mind.
How did I annoy you with it last time?
Are you enjoying your your time off there, Necro? Yeah. You enjoying the sweet life, if you will, with your 2 gigantic boxer puppies?
Hey, is that the house that has the hot tub?
Yeah, it's the house that has the hot tub.
Invite me, damn it!
You know what he's doing? He's probably kicking back with his cell phone in the hot tub as we speak.
You greedy hot tub fuck!
I can just picture Necro kicked back in the hot tub. Oh, you poor schmucks!
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Then here's the thing: his hands get sweaty, and then he drops his phone in the water.
That's what bags of rice are for.
Also, you just see him cut out because that just happened.
Oh. You heard it here first, folks. Yeah, but the gaming community really needs to step on its feet because recently it just hasn't been doing very good. My Little Pony has exclaimed.
I thought the big gaming companies were supposed to be better than the indie companies.
They're not. The indie companies are kicking their asses.
I know.
We got game. We're
They need to step up and prove their point if they want to fucking stay in business.
Yeah, we're about to start a. Don't Starve Together series, modded, of course. I'm also going to. I might do a when it comes out fully out of beta, of course, the Slay the Spire, which I've become very, very fond of over the past couple days. Once again, thank you to my one friend whose name I will not be mentioning for purchasing me the game because you are addicted to it right now. Feel the bubbles, he says.
What bubbles?
I'm deciding
The
if
hot
I
tub.
want. I'm deciding if I want to fucking delete the Terra game that I got since it bugged out. And do you want to explain the story of Terra?
No. You have fun with your Terra game. All you gotta do is start a new game.
I'm not starting a new fucking game, even if it's just the beginning. That just means there's gonna be another boss with a cutscene that's gonna fuck me in the ass.
You don't know that.
With him, that's usually how it happens.
Well, then delete the game. It was free for you, right?
No.
Yes.
Why am I suddenly getting conflicting knowledge?
It was free. That's not the fucking point.
Rawr.
The point is I waited 2 fucking days to play it.
Sub. Before you get racist, calm down.
No, Sub, don't go. Sub, don't do it, Sub. It's not worth it. Sub, it's not worth it, bro. I'm losing him. Oh, I lost him.
You know that was funny.
Listen, I'll send this motherfucker after you.
That's Cody's toy you're throwing around. Give him the
Where's the wonton?
the wonton. Oh!
Wonton! It's gone. I ate it. I ate it.
Sounds like a dying animal. I want it.
Look at him, he's just like, mine! Come on, Cody. Come on! Come on!
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
It's right here. Come here. Come on. Where'd you go? Come on. Come on. Use your niffer. No, those are cookies. No, those are Girl Scout cookies.
He used his nipper. He wants to throw
You're niffing the wrong thing. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come on. This is what he's after, by the way, folks, in case you're wondering.
It is a wonton!
With that face.
It is a wonton
Emoji.
squeaky toy. She can now see. Hello, Cody.
Where's the,
Do you
where's
want
the thing
me?
of claiming?
Do you want me to jump here? Come here. Come on. Come on.
The dog toy.
Can I get you up here? Come on.
3
Oh,
wontons
jeez.
come in it. And what is it? It's a Chinese food box?
Yeah, it was from BarkBox,
Yeah.
which we should be getting the next BarkBox soon. And then Nick says, hi, Cody.
What about sponges?
Sponge of the Month Club will be coming back. If you haven't seen the last video, I'll show you.
Sponges! Sponges! Sorry, I was reenacting Kaiju and Necro.
Hey, Cody, come here. So grab Cody for me.
Cody.
Come here, Cody. Come here. Buddy, you see? Calm down, buddy. Nick says he loves you. Yes, he does. He loves you.
I went down.
He misses you too. He just wants his toy.
I just want my toy.
He misses you too, Nick. Don't worry.
The toy's just more important right now.
They're always important to him.
Because you're not sharing the hot tub.
Yeah.
Anyways, with that, folks, we're going into about an hour 12 minutes. So I think we need to stop this randomness, or we'll just keep going now.
I don't care.
Nah,
I enjoy it when we're streaming.
I guess we could go a few more minutes. I guess. I mean, I'm gonna pretty much just go to bed after this. So,
It's up to you, man.
speaking of boxes, so we have the Bark Box, we have Loot Crate, we have the Sponge of the Month Club, we have the Candy Club. But the problem is that we're missing something. That starts with the man behind me.
Gaming box!
Well, you have to get it, so we can do loots of it.
Okay, fine.
All right, we can set it up after this.
But, okay, yeah! Yeah!
You don't get a loot crate anymore.
What?
You don't get a loot crate anymore.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, you do.
I said that. Yeah, in fact, it's sitting right here. This right here. This right here, folks. Yeah. This one right there. This beautiful thing right here, unopened. Yeah. This is the one from February, which we haven't been able to do yet because we haven't been able to get Reaper over here to do her damn loot crate.
I'll do it. If she doesn't do it, I'll do it.
No. She pays for it.
Oh.
That's
okay.
her crate.
That's okay.
Just like Necro pays for the Candy Club, and I pay for Bark Box and the Sponge of the Month Club, which is awesome.
Speaking of the candy thing.
I'm stealing these since you're not here. See, look.
What are you even hiding them for? You could walk out of here with them.
Oh, I know. I'm just showing them. I'm putting them in my pocket, so I'm serious. That's for not sharing the hot tub. Oh, sorry.
Well, while you're serious, could you also hand me that box of it over there? There should be like some gummies there or something. Have some gummies while I'm at it.
I want some jelly beans.
I should have some Necro's candy. Would you like a gummy bear?
Sure.
We'll have some of Necro's candy. Yeah. So.
These are actually the best gummy bears I've ever had.
Yes. Candy.
I
Yeah.
kind of wish the strawberries weren't all gone.
Would you like one?
I already had 3 out of there.
So have I. Yay!
Too bad the strawberry gummies are gone. Oh.
Bye, Sub. I'll be home soon.
And sub is gone, folks.
Hi, you can't stop me this time!
Of course, when it comes to me, these are my addiction right here. Yes, Girl Scout cookies.
Better than your average cookies.
Tag alongs are the best.
Let's see here.
Fuck you, mints are the best.
tag-along.
I have Thin Mints, I have trefoils, and I have Do-si-dos.
Which ones are the ones with the peanut butter chocolate?
I will kill you.
Chocolate peanut butter ones?
Yeah.
Those are tag-alongs.
Yeah, I don't have those.
I meant the peanut butter cookies.
Those are Do-si-dos. They're right here.
You have two of my favorite ones.
Necro writes, I will kill you.
Which one?
Not before I eat them all.
I believe he's aiming towards sub at this point in time.
Okay, so I can take the sword home? Okay.
Comes back, we have a stream where we roast the hell out of Necro.
I think we should do that. I think we should have a stream where we roast one another. Like we could have a stream for Necro. Nick, we have a stream for Reaper Rose. We got a stream for freaking Roadblock and everything like that.
That'd be funny.
I'd say we could have a stream for me, but seeing as I make fun of myself and insult myself constantly, it wouldn't be very fair to you guys.
No. There wouldn't be anything new to say.
Uh-oh, Murder Squad now activate. Uh-oh, he wants me to activate Murder Squad protocols.
Oh, he just got to the part where the guy stole his worms. Whatchamacallit?
Whatchamacallit?
Good candy. Speaking of candy, that's a good candy. When are we gonna do that? What's the word I'm looking for? Not spoof. Shtick.
Yeah, we're working on that, man. We need power for that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Damn. Don't worry. That's in the making, man. See, we need two things. We need Necro's computer back, which, as you folks can see, is not here right now. It's at Necro's mother's house right now. Once again, he didn't bail on us or anything like that, like a lot of people might be thinking. He's actually helping his mom out. She's having some tough time and needs to help her. So, I mean, kudos to him. I'd ask what Reaper's excuse was, but she's Reaper Rose, so,
What's the second condition? Besides
he stared directly at me as if I had something.
I was waiting for at least a little backup. The other thing I need to do is I need to go and get my suit cleaned.
Oh, because I know I got you 2 world maps.
Oh yeah, I still have those. Those are back over there in the corner.
Which one are you gonna use?
I'm gonna use them both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't worry. And we're not gonna give you guys any hints at what it is, but that doesn't sound bad. Yeah, the roasting sounds awesome. But the skits, we'll be doing those soon as we get the power turned back on, because I have some great ideas for those. Also, I don't know if you've seen the Sponge of the Month video that I just did recently, but it hurt me. I actually got hurt from doing it.
Yeah, I could have gave you a stem pack and we.
Shut up! We're not ruining the next one. That'll be happening sometime this month.
That's what I'm gonna get.
No, don't ruin it on people. We need this.
I'll just beat the shit out of you until you wake up, okay?
Not to mention, buddy, we're also going to have to bring up the fact that you almost walked off the camera laughing.
Shut up! I didn't expect you guys to be so damn fucking hype about it.
It was great. It was the best moment ever.
I did not expect you two to be so hype about sponges.
He's trying to run away like, no, come back. I'm shaking him. No. I'll show you the video after this. You'll love this.
Did you watch that video?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
That's why I didn't have my laptop.
Oh yeah, that was the great
was acting
period
up.
of me not having to deal with you laughing at me in videos. Gotcha.
No, I was doing that.
The only one I did was the video you guys put up. It was supposed to be the live stream. But you put it up afterwards because you didn't have Wi-Fi.
Yeah, where she called you a troll
No,
or
I
a
called him
creeper.
a creeper.
Fuck you.
Oh, okay. Apparently, she is an excuse.
Who?
So either she's talking about you and the sword, or Reaper. I'm thinking he's talking about her as and she is an excuse.
Reaper?
I think that's Reaper.
Yeah. But here's the thing.
Reaper.
It's not like she's ever going to find out.
She never watches anything.
She doesn't watch this crap with us. Doesn't give a damn about us. Nobody gives a damn about us.
The one she watches is the one she's in.
Yeah.
She doesn't even watch those.
No,
Really?
when I say watches, I mean she's here, so obviously.
Oh, yeah. She doesn't even watch the videos that she watches in the videos.
We should just force her one day to fucking watch all the videos.
My idea is I want to sit her down. I want to go and go through a bunch of our videos and find out the parts where we mention her. And have like a reaction video to her watching them.
Oh, that would be fucking awesome.
Just to hear some of the we say, and she doesn't realize we're saying it, just to get that little bit out of her. But
I know she beat the shit out of me because of how many times I've...
My big challenge right now, and I'm trying to work on, I'm trying to get some good softwares. I'm trying to make a best of compilation.
I can't wait.
Now the problem is that we have over 500 episodes to go through.
I know, but the longer you wait, the more you have.
But what I want to do is I want to do like a best of Subliminal, a best of Roadblock Bohn, a best of Kitten of Doom, a best of KaijuK.
Everyone's videos are like 30 minutes long, and my video's like 5 minutes long.
Dude, do you realize how many videos of ours you've been in?
No.
You've been in over 70 of our videos.
Really?
Over 70! Get your head out of the clouds! Just because you only did the one series. Have you forgotten about your freaking Darkest Dungeon series?
We never finished that.
You have 6 episodes of that!
We never finished that.
Because you never came back!
We never finished the hot button one or whatever it's called either. The one where I raged a lot because I kept going too fast.
I don't know if I should.
Oh, super hot.
Yeah, that one!
Yeah. You realize you have 13 of those!
Super hot.
I've been sharing your videos in my Discord chat servers that I'm a part of.
I'm so sorry for losing your customers.
Well, no, like the one, like I remember they were watching the one video that Subliminal was in, and they were wondering who he was, and I go, well, that's Subliminal, you know, that's what he does or whatever, and one guy was just like, is he the hobo that lives in KaijuK's basement?
Fuck! Everyone always considers me to a hobo or
Shave.
or the
like,
joke where they're like, "Oh, I
Shave.
left food on my porch for you."
No offense, man, but you do kind of look like one of the younger member from the KaijuK Caveman show.
He looks like... I'm not trying to be mean,
Call
but you
like
look,
save you
you look
15
like,
minutes of your life.
You look like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo?
Shut up.
Scooby-Doo?
From Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo?
Easy there,
After
lucky
you
number
gave
11.
Lucky number 11?
Yeah, easy there.
What?
Wow, that hit him so hard a mountain exploded behind him.
I have
Anyway,
no idea. That's where the special effects come in. It's like
I still want to get the episode of not Don't Start.
you know what?
The,
Fuck you. I'm gonna shave my whole face, and I'm gonna come back next Sunday, and everyone's gonna be like, "Who the fuck is that?"
Who's that handsome-looking bastard?
Have your hair pulled back here?
No.
Dude, you should.
Then I look too young.
Dude, you should shave your face and have your hair back in a man bun.
No, it's
No.
screw. I'm just gonna shave all my hair off and just
No.
come in, and you're
No.
gonna be wondering who I am.
No.
You're gonna fucking sick Cody on me. That's how different I'm gonna look.
So
What?
I wouldn't do that because you know what people are gonna do.
Yeah, they're gonna call me a skinhead.
No, they're gonna rag
Call you
on you,
dickhead.
and they're gonna be like, who's that guy that looks like that dopey vulture from the Looney Tunes cartoon?
You know what?
They're gonna.
Fuck
So,
you, okay?
just be like, just keep the scruff.
I've never heard a more damning insult in my life than that one. Holy shit!
Oh, looking
For a
for
pig. Bum, bum. Oh. No, you know what the worst part would be though? If you did come in with it shaved off and everything, your hair put back, and people are like, man, he looks horrible. I miss him with the beard.
It's happened.
I would lose it.
That's why I have the beard, because
It's true.
happened.
It's damn true.
They either say I look too young, or I look fucking horrible. That's why I have the beard.
It's
Well, at
this.
least shave the cheeks. She got bald spots on there.
It's this type of mental abuse that she's gonna wake up one morning and she's gonna find Subliminal in the backyard with like these little rabbits and their heads are gonna be cut off in a circle. And it's just like,
I wanted to pet the rabbit, but I petted
like ritualistic sacrifice type of shit.
That's when I call my best friend Ronnie to handle that.
Ronnie ain't got shit. I'll take down Ronnie.
We're going through with it. Nothing you can do.
No, that's okay. Him and my best friend Ronnie already planned a whole thing where they were going to sacrifice me.
That was before I started going out with you, okay?
You gotta wait 7 years. We have to take a certain member of the group instead. Not saying any names, but there's a certain member of our crew who could.
So anyone out for a party in the woods?
No, I don't do parties in the woods.
Why not?
I've seen way too many horror movies.
Oh, did you hear they're making the Blair Witch Project into a TV series?
Did you hear the part where I just don't care? Wait, listen to this. Listen. Shh, listen. You hear that sound? That's the sound of no one wanting that to happen.
Exactly.
Listen.
Yeah, but Kaiju, just remember, you can't care not as much as Rosetta can't care.
All right, what's that movie where they do Paranormal Activity, right?
Where's that movie where they do the Paranormal Activity?
Right. Listen, Blair Witch is so fake that it makes Paranormal Activity look real.
What are you talking about?
One.
Paranormal Activity was done by ninjas. I figured it out. They're just freaking ninjas.
They make any of them. Which one's the worst one? We'll go with that one.
All right, Necro, you enjoy your shower and have yourself a good night, bro. I'll see you tomorrow when I pick you up from work.
When you wake up and see me in your hot tub, don't question it.
He's not going to question
Night,
it.
guys.
He's just going to yell at you, being like, "Get out of my hot tub!"
Well, anyways, folks.
Ew.
With that thought in my mind, I think we're just going to end the series right now. We might pick up next Sunday, depending on the electricity. I don't know. I'm not going to make any promises right now. This was basically just a thrown together at the last minute. We have the generator running, seeing if it could actually. Oh, sorry, Cody. Oh, I didn't see you underneath my cat. Oh, I accidentally kicked Cody in the face. Sorry about that, Dougie.
Why are you so mean?
Because he was lurking in the shadows.
Not you, her.
Oh. So, I mean, I'm going to promise you what I can right now. We might have a video next week. Can't make promises. I'll keep you guys up to date. If you want to be up to date with us, you can search for us on Facebook. We have our TMOG website there. Or you could send us an email at www.themodernsiersofgaming.com. Not .com, sorry. At gmail.com. And we even have a Tumblr now, which Necro actually deals with. So if you want to look us up, look up The Modern Sirs of Gaming.
Is that the app where you tumble around?
No.
Or not Tumblr, Twitter. Oh, I'm done. All right, folks. From all of us at TMOG to all of you, have yourselves a great night.
Chirp, chirp.
I'm KaijuK.
I'm Roadblock.
Chirp, chirp.
I'm Rebel Vanity.
I'm Subliminal.
We'll see you all in the future.
Apparently the hobo.
Peace out, everybody. Shut your hobo mouth! Tri-tail.